Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zach. Today we're doing another ECOMI VeVe video. Currently the price is 7884 on the low of 7591 and a high of 7965 over the past 24 hours. Not a huge amount of range, but we head into the 8s. We head into the 8s. We were very close. We still are very close. When do you think the 8 happens? And more to the point, when do you think the 1 cent happens? Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, this video is not about price. This video is about the brand newest NFT that we should be expecting to come to VeVe very soon. You know it from the title and the thumbnail, and that is Batman versus Killer Croc. Killer Croc has a taste for revenge and is out for the Dark Knight's blood. The epic battle between Batman and his reptilian enemy is captured in this premium digital collectible, and it drops in 3 days from the time of recording. This is a promotional art piece that we've been given, where we of course see Batman and we see Killer Croc fighting it out. So I'll be honest, because I'm not a big DC nor Marvel, I say this in the most endearing way possible, but nerd, i.e. I'm not an expert in this stuff, I didn't really know about Killer Croc, so I looked up Killer Croc myself just to, you know, do some due diligence. And yeah, so they're a character, they're a supervillain. Let's zoom in a lot so you can see it with me. Waylon Jones is apparently their name, which is kind of funny because Jones is a very British surname. Is a supervillain appearing in comic books published by DC Comics, commonly as the adversary of the superhero Batman. So this is definitely a person, you know, it's a person, or I think it's a person kind of. The character has also been a member of the Suicide Squad, debuting in the 5th volume. Of course, we saw Harley Quinn as well last year. So it's going to be interesting to see sort of the IP that this is worth, but I believe that this, and of course nothing I say is financial advice, but I'd imagine that this will be worth a fair amount. So the first appearance was in the Detective Comics as a cameo appearance, 1983, and then full appearance was like a month or so later, right? So that's awesome to see. And then the cast, created by Jerry Conway, Don Newton, and Jeannie Colan. Okay, so they're a meta-human species. Now, I've looked a little bit around. I've found that there's actually a Killer Croc figure sort of review on YouTube that I found, going over, of course, the figurine itself. And so my hope is that the NFT that we see, or at least the secret rare or whatever it is, because we all know that they like to put out these different collectibles in different rarities, and of course, oftentimes only 1 or 2 rarities out of say 6 will be the animated version. And I do think that we need to see more animation. I think that, in a way, I think that the differentiator between these rarities shouldn't necessarily be animation or not. There are other variables and factors that I think ECOMI will add at some point to give these rarities different values past just the scarcity, I guess, of the collectible. So I think it would be awesome to see maybe really basic animations for the commons, the uncommons, but when it comes to like ultra rare, secret rare, then have it be really cool animations. And maybe it's just a case of the team needs time to make that happen. I also wonder if we're going to see a bridge from Unity to Unreal at some point, because I'm not sure how. I mean, Unity's good by all means, but I'm not sure how far we can go with Unity when it comes to visual effects and stuff. But I'm not a game developer, but I do also sort of delve in that world a little bit. So Trevor knows way more than me, of course, and the rest of the team, but it's just my sort of views from afar, I guess, and I would love to sort of hear them talk about this. I would like to see commons be animated, even if it's just a case of like a simple wave of the hand, or whether it's just them walking or something like that. And then it would be really cool if we saw, you know, the secret rare being with, you know, it's fighting or doing some other crazy pose or whatever it might be. So what are your thoughts on that? That's not really specific to Batman per se, but I think when we're talking about these collectibles and how do they you know, how do they par up next to or compare to the physical collectibles? You know, Trevor has said many times before that he wants to see these digital collectibles do stuff that physicals just simply can't. So then I've had a look at upcoming Batman films, because of course these things oftentimes skew and affect price, and it does seem that we actually have 2 films coming out this year at least, upcoming. So we have the Batman, which is very clear what that's going to be about, I think, and then we also have the Flash, which I would imagine Batman has a presence in, right? So that's kind of cool. But let's have a quick look at the Batman thing, and specifically let's have a look at the IMDb for this. So this releases in 2022, I believe March. There we go, March 4, 2022. So it basically releases in a couple months from now. So I do wonder, of course, where that will lead, prices in the secondary market, and the current sort of info we have for it is in a second year of fighting crime, Batman uncovers corruption in Gotham City that connects to his own family while facing a serial killer known as the Riddler. So if you're a Batman fan, let me know in the comments below. Personally, I'm a fan of all of them, as far as like, I'm a distant fan, you know? I'm someone who like thinks that what Marvel and what DC have done is groundbreaking over the past decades. I have watched some films, but I'm not like a diehard fan, nor do I really keep up with a lot of it. I probably will over the next year. I've been working on so many things and having to do administrative things with my business and stuff over the past month, so I've been so flipping tired and busy to especially be looking at Batman and Marvel and DC and do my research. But at some point we'll get there and we'll understand more about it, and I'll be able to give you sort of my own thoughts more so on, you know, where I can see certain collectibles going. I see a lot of people on Twitter going over sort of every single collectible and how much will they be worth based on X, Y, and Z factors. And these are things that I definitely do enjoy looking at and thinking about myself, but I don't really make videos about it yet. But there's a lot of these things coming on this channel over this year. Haven't spoken about any of it yet because I just rather do than tell you about it. But with that being said, what are your thoughts on what we see right here? My hope is that we will see a sort of promotional video tomorrow, most likely, is what I'd imagine, maybe the day after. I do hope, and at some point, again, still want to see VeVe start doing more of like a not even long term, but sort of more medium term or medium term campaign for these collectibles, because oftentimes it still is a few days. I guess if they sell out, they're doing their job still, but I think, you know, maybe if they increase how many editions there are, I want to see this be able to be a lot, you know, more mainstream and mass enjoyed, if that makes sense. And you know, it, like for example, what would be really interesting is if we were to see sort of at the start of each season some sort of roadmap of the types of IPs that we might be seeing. And it doesn't have to go through every single collectible that we'll be seeing, of course. I guess this will be difficult with licensors and stuff, but you know, imagine if we would see for season 1 or for January or for, you know, per month or whatever it might be, if we were able to see a roadmap of the types of collectibles that we might be seeing over a period of time, and that of course could generate a lot of hype. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. With that being said, I'm going to end the video here. If this video was interesting or helpful to you in any way, shape or form, a like is always much appreciated, and if you would like to be happening in this topic every single day, it's not every single day, but just for outro sake, most times a day. This is my channel, I cover everything on every single day, so if you want to be happening, hit that subscribe button, notifications on. Have a great day everyone, I'll see you in the next VeVe video.